Welcome to my channel Super Rare Coins. Today is best top 3 coins. Please don't skip this video. So let's get it started. The 1990 United Kingdom 1 penny coin is a circulation coin belonging to the decimal currency system introduced in 1971, where 100 new pence equals £1 sterling, £1. This 1 penny coin with a face value of 1p was a commonly used low-denomination coin throughout the late 20th century, and the year 1990 represents one of the high mintage and transitional years before the eventual change in coin composition in the early 1990s. The 1991 penny is part of the series bearing the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, who reigned as monarch from 1952 until 2022. The obverse, front side, of the coin features the third definitive portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by the sculptor Raphael Maklauf, which was used on British coinage from 1985 to 1997. In this portrait, the Queen is shown facing right, wearing the royal diadem, the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, with a more formal and elegant depiction than her previous effigies. The surrounding reads, Elizabeth II D.G. Reg. F.D., an abbreviated Latin phrase meaning Dei Gratia Regina Fidei Defensor, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. The date of issue, 1990, is positioned below the portrait. The reverse, backside, was designed by Christopher Ironside and features the crowned portcullis with chains, an emblem historically associated with the Palace of Westminster, Houses of Parliament, symbolizing the UK's parliamentary democracy and heritage. Above this emblem is the 1 penny, while the numeral 1, representing the denomination, is shown prominently below the design. This reverse design was used consistently for 1 penny coins from 1971 to 2008, after which it was replaced by a segment of the Royal Shield design in the new coinage series. The composition of the 1991 penny coin is traditional bronze, consisting of 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, and 0.5% tin. This was among the final years of bronze 1 penny coins before the switch to copper-plated steel in 1992. Bronze coins are non-magnetic, whereas later copper-plated steel coins are magnetic. For collectors and historians, the 1990 penny is part of the final phase of original bronze decimal coinage in Britain, making it more interesting from a transitional standpoint, though not rare. The physical characteristics of the coin include a diameter of 20.3 millimeters, a weight of 3.56 grams, and a plain, smooth edge. These dimensions have been consistent for the 1 penny coin since decimalization in 1971. The size and light weight of the coin made it suitable for small change, vending machines, parking meters, and everyday retail transactions, although by the 1990s inflation had already significantly reduced its purchasing power. Regarding mintage, the 1991 penny coin had a very large production run, with 1,585,000,000 coins struck for circulation, making it one of the more common years of issue. Its high mintage ensured wide availability in daily use, and it remains relatively easy to find even in modern mixed coinage collections. From a numismatic value perspective, circulated examples of the 1991 penny coin are typically worth only their face value of 1p, due to the very high mintage and absence of silver or other precious metals. However, uncirculated or brilliant uncirculated (BU) examples, particularly those issued in Royal Mint sets, may carry a small premium ranging from 10 pence to £1 GBP proof versions, with a mirror-like finish struck for collectors, also exist and can be worth between £1 and £3 sterling depending on condition and market interest. Errors and varieties from this year are relatively scarce, but like most circulation coins, occasional minting errors such as off-center strikes, die cracks, filled dies, or double die obverse/reverse specimens have been found. Such coins can fetch significantly higher prices, sometimes £10 to £50 sterling or more depending on the visibility and rarity of the error. The historical context of the 1991 penny coin is tied to a period of economic transition in the United Kingdom. The late 1980s and early 1990s saw significant economic challenges, including the approach of the early 1990s recession. During this period, low-denomination coins like the penny continued to be produced in large numbers despite their declining real-world purchasing power, as they were still essential for pricing structures, particularly in retail, and for making exact change. The legacy of the 1991 penny coin also lies in its place within the Bronze Era of UK decimal coinage, which lasted from 1971 until mid-1992. After 1992, the adoption of copper-plated steel marked a major shift toward cost-saving measures in coin production. Collectors today often categorize the 1990 penny as a pre-steel coin, which can make it slightly more appealing than later copper-plated steel issues when assembling complete sets. In 2025 collector markets, the standard circulated 1991 penny coin generally retains its face value. Uncirculated or proof versions may attract modest premiums, while error coins or exceptionally well-preserved high-grade examples, mint state 66 or higher, may sell for £5 to £15 sterling, occasionally more if certified by a third-party grading service. In conclusion, the 1990 United Kingdom 1 penny coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II is a high mintage, bronze circulation coin representing the final stage of traditional bronze decimal pennies before the introduction of modern steel-based coinage. It carries the regal Maklauf portrait on the obverse and the iconic portcullis reverse, symbolizing the enduring British parliamentary tradition. While not rare or highly valuable in general circulation, it is a noteworthy coin for those interested in the transition period of UK currency history and an essential date in any complete decimal penny collection. Next, the 1992 1 penny coin of the United Kingdom featuring Queen Elizabeth II is an important circulation coin belonging to the decimal coinage system introduced in 1971. The 1 penny denomination, equal to 1/100th of a British pound sterling, plays a significant role in everyday transactions despite its low monetary value. The year 1992 holds historical and numismatic importance because it marks the first year in which the United Kingdom transitioned its 1 penny and 2 pence coins from a bronze composition to a copper-plated steel core. This change reflected the evolving economics of coin production as metal prices fluctuated, making the older bronze coins more expensive to mint. The obverse, front side, of the 1992 1 penny coin features the familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, who reigned as monarch of the United Kingdom from 1952 until 2022. The portrait used in 1992 was the third definitive coinage portrait of the Queen, designed by sculptor Raphael Maklauf, which had been in use since 1985. In this depiction, the Queen faces to the right, wearing the royal diadem, a small crown often worn for official portraits. Around her effigy are the Elizabeth II, followed by D.G. Reg. F.D., an abbreviated Latin phrase meaning Dei Gratia Regina Fidei Defensor, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. The year of mintage, 1992, is positioned at the bottom. The Maklauf portrait is recognized for its regal elegance, with more detailed and youthful features compared to later effigies. The reverse, backside, of the 1992 1 penny coin, designed by Christopher Ironside, showcases the crowned portcullis with chains and emblem traditionally associated with the Palace of Westminster, Houses of Parliament. This design symbolizes the seat of government and democracy in the United Kingdom. Above the portcullis is the inscription 1 penny, while the denomination numeral 1 is placed prominently below. The reverse design has remained largely unchanged for decades, being a familiar and iconic symbol of British minor coinage. Key detail that makes 1992 a transitional year for 1 penny coins is the change in metal composition. Up until mid-1992, UK 1 penny coins were struck in 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, and 0.5% tin, bronze. However, due to the rising cost of copper, the Royal Mint began producing them from copper-plated steel later that year. The copper-plated steel coins are slightly magnetic, unlike the earlier bronze coins, which are non-magnetic. Both versions were issued in 1992, making this year significant for collectors who often seek examples of each composition. The coin's physical specifications remain the same despite the change in metal: a diameter of 20.3 millimeters, a weight of 3.56 grams, and a plain, smooth edge. Its small size and lightweight nature made it convenient for low-value transactions such as vending machines, parking meters, and everyday retail change. In terms of mintage, the 1992 1 penny coin had a substantial production run, with over 1.6 billion coins minted across both compositions, bronze and copper-plated steel. This extremely high mintage means the 1992 penny is one of the most common 1 penny coins in circulation today in the UK, and it is not considered rare under normal circumstances. From a numismatic value perspective, circulated examples of the 1992 1 penny coin generally retain only their face value of 1 penny. However, uncirculated and brilliant uncirculated (BU) coins, particularly those found in Royal Mint sets, may command a small premium among collectors, typically ranging from 10 pence to £1 sterling, depending on the grade. Coins with proof quality strikes, produced for collector sets, or those with identifiable minting errors, such as off-center strikes, die cracks, or double dies, can be worth more, sometimes several pounds or more depending on rarity. The portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the 1992 1 penny coin represents a period of stability and modernity in British coinage. By the early 1990s, The decimal system had been in place for over 20 years, and the 1 penny remained an essential yet undervalued coin due to inflation reducing its purchasing power. While once useful for low-value items, by the late 20th century its role had shifted more toward being a change-making coin rather than a major unit of exchange. The 1992 1 penny coin also has significance in terms of collecting varieties, as both the bronze and copper-plated steel versions exist. Collectors often test them using a magnet to distinguish between the two. The bronze variety is slightly more desirable, as it was the last year of its production for circulation, and fewer were minted compared to the copper-plated steel type that dominated afterward. From a historical and economic context, the decision to change the composition of 1 penny coins in 1992 was driven by cost efficiency. The Royal Mint sought to reduce production expenses by switching to cheaper steel cores while preserving the outward appearance of the coins. This change also marked a turning point in British coinage history, reflecting how modern economies adapt their currency systems to maintain sustainability. The global circulation and legacy of the 1992 1 penny coin also deserves mention. While primarily intended for use within the United Kingdom, many of these coins have found their way overseas due to travel, trade, and expatriate movement, making them familiar even in countries outside the UK. However, because of its low value, it was rarely exchanged as an intentional collectible at the time and 2025 collector markets. A standard circulated 1992 1 penny coin, whether bronze or copper-plated steel, remains worth only around 1 to 5 UK pence. Uncirculated coins or proof strikes in original mint packaging may be worth more to collectors who seek to complete a date run of decimal 1 penny coins. Era coins or rare condition grades, MS66 and higher, can achieve higher auction results, but these are exceptional cases. In conclusion, the 1992 United Kingdom 1 penny coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II represents a transitional year in British coinage history, marking the end of the traditional bronze composition and the beginning of copper-plated steel coinage. Its design reflects national heritage, its mintage reflects a period of high production, and its continued presence in circulation decades later reflects its durability and symbolic role as the smallest unit of British currency. While not rare in most cases, it remains an essential piece for collectors interested in the evolution of UK decimal coinage. Next, the 1994 United Kingdom 1 penny coin is a part of the decimal currency system introduced in 1971, where 100 new pence equals £1 sterling, £1. This particular coin, with a face value of 1p, belongs to the family of low-denomination bronze coins that circulated widely throughout the United Kingdom during the late 20th century. The year 1994 is a significant date within the pre-steel era of penny production, as it represents one of the last consistent years of the bronze composition before the Royal Mint shifted to copper-plated steel in 1992 onward for most new issues. However, both bronze and steel variants circulated side by side in the early 1990s. The obverse, front, of the 1994 1 penny features the third official portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Maklauf. This effigy was introduced in 1985 and used until 1997. In this portrait, the Queen is shown facing right, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a style noted for its formality and regality. The surrounding reads, Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD. A Latin abbreviation for Dei Gratia Regina Fidei Defensor, meaning, by the grace of God Queen, Defender of the Faith. The date 1994 appears prominently below the portrait. The reverse, back, was designed by Christopher Ironside, who was responsible for the original decimal coin reverse designs from 1971. It depicts the crowned portcullis with chains, a symbol long associated with the Palace of Westminster, Houses of Parliament, representing the strength and heritage of British democracy. The words, 1 penny, are inscribed above the portcullis, and the numeral 1 is displayed below to denote its denomination. This reverse design was used continuously on 1 penny coins until 2008, when it was replaced by the Royal Shield design. In terms of metal composition, the 1994 penny was still struck primarily in bronze, 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, 0.5% tin, for circulation. This makes it non-magnetic, unlike the copper-plated steel pennies introduced in 1992 for cost-saving measures. Some transitional coins struck in steel exist for other denominations, but the 1994 penny is commonly recognized as part of the traditional bronze era. The physical characteristics of the coin are weight, 3.56 grams diameter, 20.3 millimeters. Thickness, 1.65 millimeters. Edge, plain, smooth. These specifications have been standard for the penny since the 1971 decimalization, For mintage, the Royal Mint produced approximately 1,515,000,000 one-penny coins in 1994 for general circulation, making it a high mintage year. As a result, it is considered very common and is still often found in circulation, though pennies are being gradually withdrawn and considered for future discontinuation due to low purchasing power. From a numismatic value perspective, the 1994 one penny holds minimal premium value in circulated condition, generally worth only its face value of 1 penny, GBP. However, uncirculated, UNC, or brilliant uncirculated, BU coins, especially those from mint sets, can fetch between 20 pence and £1 sterling, while proof coins may be worth around £1, £3 sterling, depending on condition and market demand. Errors and varieties for the 1994 penny are not widely recorded, but like most circulation coins, rare examples with striking errors such as off-center strikes, broad strikes, die cracks, or misaligned dies can command higher prices among collectors. Verified minting errors may range from £5 to £50 sterling or more, depending on severity and rarity. The historical context of the 1994 one penny places it within the period of early 1990s Britain under Queen Elizabeth II's reign, during the leadership of Prime Minister John Major. Inflation had already reduced the purchasing power of the penny, but it remained a functional denomination for everyday retail, vending machines, and banking systems. This period also marked the gradual modernization of UK coinage, including the increasing use of steel planchets and advancements in minting technology. The legacy and collectability of the 1994 penny primarily come from its role as part of the bronze coinage era, which was slowly being phased out. For collectors, it represents an essential piece in completing a full run of modern decimal pennies. Although not rare, collectors seek well-preserved examples for typesets, date runs, or as part of their historical numismatic collections and 2025 collector markets. A standard circulated 1994 penny usually holds its face value only. However, brilliant uncirculated coins, proof issues, or coins in mint state grades, MS65 and higher, can command small premiums, typically around £2, £10 sterling for high-grade certified examples. Special attention is given to error coins, which can achieve significantly higher values depending on demand. In conclusion, the 1994 United Kingdom one-penny coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II is a common, bronze circulation coin from the late 20th century bearing the Raphael Maklauf portrait on the obverse and the traditional portcullis reverse. While not rare or inherently valuable in everyday form, it holds historical and transitional importance as part of the pre-steel penny series and is an essential component for collectors assembling a complete decimal penny collection. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe my channel for more videos.